Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com and Parkhopper John from WDWParkhoppers.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
And welcome everybody to the Disney Parks Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John, and I come to you from WDWParkhoppers.com. Joining me, as always, he's my co-hostess with the mostest on the other side of the interstate, on the other side of the internet, Mr. Tony Caselnova from Disney by the Numbers. Good evening. How are you, buddy?
Wishes is going away. Wishes.
Get them in quick, buddy. They're moving out.
I think, well, we all know when the last day is. We should probably have like a meetup or something.
It's like May, right? It's May 12th,
yeah,
right?
May. Yeah, we should have a meetup. That popped into my head today. So we'll figure something out. We'll plan something, and then we'll have a goodbye party for Wishes.
Yeah, we do have a meetup coming up in March, don't we?
Yeah.
It does touch upon Wishes just a touch, right?
It does. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So the first March 18th, 7 p.m. We did sell a couple tickets this week, which is good. I'd like to see that. We got a couple more to go. So if you are interested, go to Facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. Click on events on the left-hand side, and then you'll see right in the event thing, find tickets. Click on that, and that will link you out to the ticketing site. Or you could probably just go to eventbrite.com and search for Disney Parks Podcast, and you'll see the tickets there. And just to let you know, this is really way in advance. We're having a party September 2nd, so if you are coming down, you can start planning around this. We're going to have a little meetup at a Bay Lake Tower Grand Villa. Tickets are on sale now for that. It's a very small nominal fee, just to help us cover some of the food and drink costs. And we'll have a meetup for a couple hours, and you can check out a Grand Villa. Say hello to John and myself, and
that's right.
You know, it'll all be fun.
Parkhopper Sid will be there. It's the best party all year.
Yeah.
Yep. You want to? I'll tell them about Amazon since I'm such a big fan. I don't have one yet, but I really want to get one. If you have an Amazon Echo or an Amazon Dot, we wanted to let you know that they're now integrated to play the Disney Parks Podcast. All you have to do is say the command. I won't do it because I accidentally ordered a pizza at a buddy's house the other day. All you have to do is say the command and say play the Disney Parks Podcast. And if you have everything set up, they will play the latest episode of the Disney Parks Podcast. And that's really exciting for us. I'm geeking out because once I get mine, I'm going to set mine up to where all I have to say is computer because I'm a Star Trek nerd. So that's the way I'm going to go with this. Yeah, check it out. Amazon Echo and Amazon Dots now has Alexa set up to play the Disney Parks Podcast.
Yeah. And if you have not already, I highly urge you to sign up for the Disney by the Numbers T-shirt Club. I know there are some very interesting shirts coming.
Yes.
So if you want to be a member, all you have to do is go to DisneyByTheNumbers.com. On the left-hand side, you'll see T-shirt Club, sign up. Click on that, fill that form out, and that's it. You only get the shirts that you buy. It's not a subscription club. We don't send you a shirt every month. You only buy the shirts that you want. The Stitch shirts have been shipped, So keep a lookout for those. Those have been sent.
So awesome.
John already has his. I have mine.
Yeah.
So now's a good time to get them.
Yep, they're amazing. Sign up for that, and it's Stitch. Finally, we get a Stitch shirt. Hey, you guys might not know this, but Tony Caselnova of Disney by the Numbers is a published author. He's got a book called, shockingly enough, Disney by the Numbers. It's all about the facts and figures of Walt Disney World. You want to check that out? Go to DisneyByTheNumbers.com. I'm also a published author. Crazy, right? I've got a book called The Disney Bucket List. It's 100 Things to Do at the Magic Kingdom. It's not all the things that you already know. There's a lot of things that you might not know. It's a bucket list, so you can do some of the things are really easy, some of the things are a little difficult. But you can find that over on my site, which is www.parkhoppers.com. But we've gone an extra step, and we've put both books available in the show notes for the Disney Parks podcast. All you had to do is look there. You can find Tony's book. You can find my book. Please support some starving artists, kids. Go out and get a copy of your book if you want to. You can either order them directly from Amazon, or you can order them from us and we can sign them for you. And shameless plug, I literally just got my brand new leadership self-help book up on Amazon and Kindle this week. Cool. I'm so excited. Morning Motivators. Check it out. Look it up. John C. Donahue is the name. I'm shameless plugging, but I'm very, it's like a year plus to get this book out. So I'm very excited, very humbled. Right. Awesome.
Yeah, it's not easy. Hey, and don't forget to rate us and review us. You can do that in iTunes or Google Play or Stitcher or wherever you find the show. It does help us, get the word out and get new listeners, because it kind of bubbles the way these algorithms work. Is that the more you rate and review things, the higher up on the list it shows, so people don't have to search as deep. So it does help. And if you have something, if you're in the park, you see something interesting, feel free to give us a call at 407-413-9010. You can leave us a message and tell us what you saw, what you did. That kind of stuff. Give us like a little mini trip report or something like that. So,
If you got questions or answers, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, questions about stuff.
Yep, absolutely. Well, my friend, I guess we got all that done. I guess there's nothing else we can do but get into
the news.
The news. Sorry, I said the show. I'm watching way too much Gary Vaynerchuk.
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
Hey, we'd like to thank this week's sponsor, Theme Park Concierge. If you are looking for somebody to help you do the planning, and then when you come here, to take you actually around the park and get you on things quicker and faster, and get your food and hold your kids' toys and do all those things that you hate to do while you're in the park, get your fast passes and all those kind of things, and much, much more, then you need to hire Theme Park Concierge. They take the ease and make it coming to the park very simple and easy to do. There's a couple things you can do. One is you can email Ramon at themeparkconcierge.com or call him at 407-257-9973. He has a Facebook site. It's called facebook.com/Ramon VIP Concierge, or check out everything they can do and the pricing at themeparkconcierge.com. Tell them the Disney Parks Podcast sent you, and they'll take 10% off your invoice.
Well, all right, everybody. The Disney Explorers Lodge at Hong Kong's new exotic getaway hotel is going to open on April 30th. It's called Disney's Explorers Lodge, where guests are inspired to explore and dream as they're immersed in the adventures of intrepid explorers with the motto ad explore et somniere, to explore and dream. I probably butchered that last word, so please forgive me. The 7-story Disney Explorers Lodge has 750 hotel rooms, each featuring an open sea view or a landscape view of the 4 lush-themed gardens that exemplify the cultures of Asia, South America, Africa, and Oceania. Enfolding the four wings of the hotel, these gardens are all named for characters from beloved Disney and Disney Pixar animated films. Kevin Garden, which is a South American themed, is named after the giant bird in Up. The Little Squirt Garden of Oceania celebrates the playful sea turtle from Finding Nemo, named after the baby elephant from Jungle Book. The Hathi Jr. Garden puts guests in the heart of Asia, and the Rafiki Garden, which has an African savanna theme, is named after somebody named Rafiki, the wise mandrill, the monkey, from The Lion King. Guests can also revel in the spirit of adventure by gazing in the Dreamer's Spring or take a dip in the outdoor raindrop pool. Why do they always have so much better stuff than us?
Because they can afford
jealous.
it.
So jealous. This is an amazing thing. I mean, it's a garden, but it's so interesting sounding. I want one of these rooms. Of course, I would love the Oceanside room because I'm a water guy. But we gotta figure out how to do this trip around the world, man.
Yeah,
we gotta win a lottery. So we gotta start playing.
It's they're doing a lot of things for their. I think they have an anniversary coming up that we mentioned on this podcast, and I can't remember how many years it's been, but I think 25 maybe. I think 25 anniversary, 25th. So they're doing a lot of things to gear up for that. Our 5-year 50th anniversary is only 5 years away here, and we haven't done anything except paint Tomorrowland. So,
well, there's a lot of rumors out there this week.
There is a lot of stuff flying around.
Literally.
Yeah, literally, figuratively.
Right.
So we'll have to see. All right. I just want to. I'll say that again in English. I find this Magic Band 2.0 stuff pretty interesting, and I am kind of a little tech geek on the side, so
that is an understatement. That is the biggest understatement of all time.
Yeah. So when I see a story about this stuff, I always, that sounds like something interesting. So they want to talk about the new solid color Magic Band 2.0, and now the Magic Keepers will allow guests to enjoy the magic at Walt Disney World. So when it comes to Disney's commitment to innovation, the debut of the Magic Band technology at Walt Disney World a few years ago was a game changer. In the years since its debut, more than 29 million Magic Bands have been produced to unlock the magic of a Disney vacation.
And I think I have 1 million in my house somewhere.
I think we all do. From the effortless theme park entry, I don't know if that's effortless.
Yeah.
Why is there always a line if it's effortless?
That doesn't happen at Disney.
Fast Pass Redemption and Disney Photo Pass Association. So to skipping the line at the front desk and going directly to your room, which has also never happened to me. And if it does, my room doesn't open. So, in fact, Magic Bands have been so popular, Disney is now the 4th largest distributor of wearables in the world.
So what, Apple, Google, Samsung?
No, Fitbit. I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fitbit probably is number one.
No, Apple. Really?
No, I think Fitbit would probably be number one. Apple maybe number two.
Yeah.
Maybe Samsung or something like that. It's number three.
You're probably right.
So as you know, Disney recently launched the new graphic retail Magic Band 2.0 in styles ranging from the Magic Kingdom's 45th anniversary to the Rogue One. And then the last one was the Lady and the Tramp for Valentine's Day. They're excited to share that the solid color Magic Band 2.0 are now available in the current 8 colors, which are pink, blue, red, green, orange, gray, yellow, and the most popular one, purple. Whenever Magic Bands are sold throughout Walt Disney Resorts, and literally everywhere stuff is sold, there's Magic Bands. So if you are a new pass holder or recently renewing your pass, you should be getting your new solid color Magic Band 2.0. And they're set up as part of your benefits. Guests who book a Disney stay have the opportunity to receive their newly designed solid color Magic Band 2.0 at home. With the Magic Band 2.0 solid color bands, They have more options to customize your Magic Band. You can even mix and match different colored bands to create your favorite colors multi-band, because with Magic Band 2.0, the center icon is removable and linked to your Disney Experience account.
Yeah, they stopped calling them pucks. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I have. So, like, if your wife orders one color and you order a different color, and they're, kind of go together, you can swap pucks, as I'm going to call them.
Yeah.
You're going to swap the little middle insert, and then you can have, like, a little multicolor Magic Band.
What are the odds of my wearing the wrong puck when I'm going, so dad's trying to get the kids to one of the parks and the mom stays behind and he grabs what he thinks is his Magic Band and it's got the wrong, what a pain in the ass that's got to be.
Oh, yeah. So now the Magic Keeper accessories are now available, and they will give you even more options on how to wear the Magic. You could put the center icon into a silver carabiner to wear on your purse or diaper bag or belt loop, or into a Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse lanyard clip to wear around your neck. Even better, included with each Magic Keeper is a handy mini screwdriver that helps you change out the icon. And just with your Magic Band, the Magic Keeper accessories with your icon will also work at locations throughout Walt Disney World Resorts, such as Park Entry, Fast Pass, Entrances, Photo Pass, your Resort Key, and all those kind of stuff. So there'll be additional graphic Magic Band 2.0s introduced as they expand the launch of this innovative wearable. So I'd love to know if people like or dislike the new one. So, leave us a comment on Facebook or send us an email at Disney Parks Podcast, or you can give us a call, like we said, at our number 407-413-9010. I'd love to know what people are starting to think about these. And are you digging these new Magic Keeper accessories? So.
Yeah, I still take my credit card with the RFID chip in it as opposed to wearing a band.
Yeah.
I just, it's hot. I rarely wear a watch in the heat.
Right.
But, hey.
If you could pop it out and throw it on like a lanyard, or throw it on your belt, or just throw the little puck into your pocket.
Yeah, that excites me a little bit more. Putting on like a carabiner makes way more sense to me.
Yeah, I agree, because I don't wear mine either. My Magic Band's always in my pocket.
Yeah, because they get to be annoying and hot and sweaty and all that good stuff. Yeah. All right, let's go over to.
I saved this story just for you, John.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's go over to the West Coast to step into the blockbuster superhero stories at Disney California Adventure Park. The new adventure blasts you straight into the Guardians of the Galaxy story for the first time in forever. Oh, wait. No, let's stay on. Nope. For the first time ever, alongside characters from the blockbuster films and comics. As you help Rocket bust his pals out of the Collector's Fortress, you will experience randomized ride experiences complete with all new visual and audio effects and music inspired by the popular film soundtracks. You never know which adventure you're going to get, but I'm pretty confident you're going to drop and raise and drop and raise and drop and raise. It's going to pretty much be the same thing. Yep. There will even be more ways to step into superhero stories with the Summer of Heroes. May 27th through September 10th. You can answer the call for this limited time celebration as you join the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy for all new epic experiences. Summer of Heroes will launch these new year-round experiences. One will be, like we said, the Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Dance-Off. Oh, yay, a dance party. Don't be surprised if you run into the Guardians of the Galaxy on the way to the Milano with Star-Lord firing up his old-school boombox to get the party started. Gamora may prefer to stand back and observe, but everyone else is bound to get in the groove and show off their moves during this awesome rock and roll bash. Which leads me to the question, do you think they're going to do like a Groot and Rocket Raccoon meet and greet kind of thing, like a character? That would be interesting.
Groot
that would be.
Yeah, Groot would be tough, I think. You should have to have a pretty tall, skinny person.
Yeah, I would think so, too. Rocket would be interesting as well.
Yeah.
Next up is the superhero encounters for the... Wait, I might be able to just answer my question here. For the first time, holy crap, citizens of Earth will come face-to-face with Groot, one of the Guardians of the Galaxy. You can also step up to meet the first Avenger, Captain America, along with everyone's favorite web singer, your slinger, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Okay, I want to see how they're going to do Groot. I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to be puppet-type animatronic. But Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows? I have a question. Let me get to the question after a second. For a limited time, you can step up to the challenge with the new adventures during the Summer of Heroes. They have the Avengers Training Initiative. Black Widow and Hawkeye assemble young recruits for a series of tests to see if they have what it takes to join the ranks of the Avengers. Heroic encounter. Black Widow will arrive on the scene several times throughout the day in an armored Avengers vehicle for her heroic encounter with part guests. And you can grab a piece or bite of the action. All that heroism is going to probably start making you hungry, right? And with a token as proof of your adventures, you can... this is crazy. Let me read this again. All that heroism making you hungry? Want a token as proof of your adventure when you get home? Special themed merchandise and food will be available throughout Hollywood land. Makes sense. How are they doing this? Don't they have an agreement with Universal?
I don't know.
How is this happening?
I mean, there's a Universal out there on the West Coast.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would love to see that agreement. I would love to know how that... It's been such a road bump for so long that's why we never had any Marvel stuff when Disney bought Marvel, and then all of a sudden
maybe Guardians isn't considered part of the Marvel universe.
Well, that's not the problem.
Okay,
I could understand Guardians of the Galaxy because they're not in Universal. They've got Black Widow and Captain America. I can see Captain America right over down the street at Islands of Adventure.
Right.
Now I understand that's West Coast. So that's great. I want to know how they're going to pull that trick off when they open up the Guardians of the Galaxy experience over here. That's what I want to know. How has this thing changed?
Well, that's why ours hasn't opened yet, because they haven't figured that out yet.
Or built it, but
announced it, or given us an opening date.
That is true.
They'll have to figure that out right now.
Yep.
So, have at that, Bob Iger. And
good luck, kids.
And lawyers. Hey, we mentioned last week that the Geyser Point Bar and Grill opened at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. And I really wanted to just kind of run down some of the menu stuff. There's been a lot of pictures on Facebook and stuff, but I thought I'd run down some of the stuff. So from the bar, you could get a Moscato Colada. They have a Whippersnapper Sour. They have some small plates paired with beautiful beverages, including crispy fried oysters with miso tartar sauce, edamame with chili salt, cheesy barbecue brisket with house-made chips, shrimp on a wire with miso lime vinaigrette, togashi, which is a Japanese spice mixture, shito peppers with chili aioli, salmon rillettes with sourdough crisps, and handcrafted charcuterie. They are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but be warned, it is outdoor seating. There's nothing inside. So be prepared for that. It's a pool bar. Now, for some of the quick service lunch and dinner items, they have a bison burger with Tillamook cheddar, sweet onion straws, and a Marionberry barbecue sauce. I am going for one of those this weekend.
Wasn't Marionberry like the mayor of Washington, D.C.?
No, he was the mayor of Back to the Future.
Marionberry?
Yeah, Marion, I think was his name.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Go for it.
They also have the classic bacon burger with Tillamook cheddar, house smoked turkey sandwich with cranberry mayonnaise, a lump crab cake sandwich with house-made Canadian bacon and spicy cabbage carrot slaw, grilled salmon BLT with lemon caper mayonnaise, salad with grilled portobello, zucchini, roasted red peppers, tomato, multigrain salad with a goat cheese dressing. Then they have the grilled chicken or salmon with arugula and romaine, apples, seasonal berries, hazelnuts, and a red wine vinaigrette. They have a seasonal fruit plate with lavender honey yogurt. And for dessert, they have seasonal pie, chocolate brownie mousse with a caramel, popcorn, and toasted meringue.
So have you been there yet?
I have not. I'm going this weekend. I want to go Sunday, I think afternoon for lunch, and check it out. So
let me know if you go. I don't know what our plans are this weekend yet, 100%. But if you go, at least text me and let me know.
Okay, because it looks really nice. There's a lot of different. They have tables and chairs for dining, and then they have a lot of outdoor furniture.
Right.
Like couches and chairs and things where you could just sit out. Side. I saw some fireplaces. I saw a lot of heaters on the ceiling too. So I'm assuming when it gets a little chilly, they can crank up some heaters and take a little bit of the bite out of the air.
Yeah, this looks almost not exactly in decor, but it feels very similar to the pool bar and grill over at the Four Seasons. It's kind of got that same open air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it. This is probably going to be one of those places that's going to give the Terratoni Lounge a run for its money.
Oh, yeah. And listen, I've broken in a whole new waitstaff there. And I may not even see them now anymore.
Oh, no.
And I said to them, you guys, is that part of your, shift rotation that you have to put any hours in over there? They're like, no, it's completely separate. I said, oh, all right. So,
wow.
DVCReservations.com is your one-stop destination for staying at an on-site Disney resort for up to 60% off at the Disney standard rate. Rent securely from Disney Vacation Club owners and stay at a deluxe studio and villa such as the Polynesian Village, Animal Kingdom, Bay Lake Tower, etc. You get the idea. And if you are a DVC owner, you can rent out your extra points in seconds safely. To get started and to see how much you can save, simply visit dvcreservations.com or email staff at dvcreservations.com. Mention the Disney Parks Podcast to receive $10 off your first rental.
All righty. Well, okay, this is the big story. I think this is one of the biggest stories from this week that just dang near broke the Disney internet.
Right.
And we're going to go ahead and put this disclaimer out there. This is purely rumor, although it's a pretty damn cool rumor. The Skyway gondola transportation system between Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios may become a reality. The rumor is a little bit crazy, but according to recent permits filed by the Walt Disney World Resort, it seems that a Skyway-type gondola transportation system, sorry, I can't read, may be installed to transport guests between Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, as well as a couple of the resorts in between. Now, if you think the Skyway systems are out of date, New York City still utilizes such a system to and from Roosevelt Island and has been proposed as an additional system in the future. If the buildings on the permits are indeed for stations, then the system would include stops at International Gateway, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, a shared station at the Pop Century and Art of Animation Resorts, as well as Disney's Hollywood Studios. The rumored route stops and turns of Walt Disney World's new Skyway system. I shouldn't have said that. I have to edit that. It's no secret that Disney will not build a monorail extension because costs are way too prohibitive. But would they build a Skyway system instead? The timing seems about right for a massive expansion to work on Hollywood Studios and the soon-to-be commenced Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort upgrades. The stations and turns are in spaces that are not currently used by other structures or infrastructures. It looks like it would fit perfectly. The original Skyway attraction once operated the Magic Kingdom from 71 to 1999. This new system would likely include much larger enclosed gondolas, similar to the New York style system that they have. It would be nice to have the Skyway back in Walt Disney World, at least in name. A modern homage to a classic Disney attraction that would now serve as real transportation, I think would be welcome and pretty dang cool. So we're going to keep our eye on this, and I'm sure that everybody else will too, because it lit up social media. I saw the maps. I saw the projected where this is going to be, and lost my mind. I thought this was awesome. I want this to happen. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it was funny. I told you I went to the D23 luncheon, and one of the guys that had worked for transportation for like 25 years or something said that they had proposed a people mover from park to park or resort to resort kind of thing. He says, and with that statement, he says that they have to expand the transportation system because there's not enough transportation to move the people around. So maybe he was hinting at this when he, was kind of talking to us. So I think they need something.
I agree. They do need something. And I think this would be, on several levels, a huge win for Disney. Because it gets people up in the air to be able to see the landscape of Walt Disney World from a different perspective, which you and I would just sit and ride it all day, take a video, just enjoying it. B, it helps move people around, and C, it's probably the most unintrusive way to move people. And it's not going to bring a lot more, exhaust from buses or I mean, it's going to use energy, of course, but it's not going to be the same as not diesel, but natural gas fumes and all that stuff. And it's not, you have to wait in traffic. It'll be very interesting. I'm super jazzed about this idea.
Yeah. I don't know if this could be more cost efficient or better cost efficient than expanding the monorail. I don't know. This seems pretty costly too. I mean, putting a whole bunch of towers and cable and gondolas seems as expensive as building more monorail pillars and putting more monorails. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the costs are completely different.
Isn't it $1 million a mile for the monorail?
That's the number they throw out there. It really can't be that much. It really can't.
Well, who knows?
I don't know. We have to wait and see now. We have to see, if this really gets completed or not. So it'll be fun to watch.
Yep.
Okay, last week we had a trivia question, and the trivia question was, who is assigned to pilot the brain of a 12-year-old boy in the Queen in Command at the Wonders of Life Pavilion? And the correct answer was Buzzy. And Sean and Miranda came in with the two people that did the voice. So we are going to send Sean something for that answer. It is going out in the mail this week. So
who are the two people?
Gosh, I forgot.
Sorry. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I didn't write it down and it totally went out of my head. But
right.
This week's trivia question is, what Disneyland show was the longest running show of all time?
Mickey's PhilharMagic.
Close. You're in almost the right area.
I'm not even close. That's crazy.
I think it still holds the record today. So think about that. If you have the correct answer, send that to DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 407-413-9010 and let us know who and what that might be. Okay, another rumor going around today is they're building a new costuming facility to be constructed at the Hollywood Studios. So as we all know, the studio is undergoing a lot of construction for our great lands that we're getting, Star Wars and Toy Story. So as part of these enhancements, a new casting building is going to be constructed. The new facility is needed to provide more space for additional costumes needed for the Toy Story and Star Wars lands, and will replace the old facility. The location of the new costuming department will be behind Star Wars Land in the southeast corner of the park, backstage. And to make room for this new facility, the main entrance roadways are being shifted to the east just after the main auto plaza. Cast members will continue to access the television lot from this area, and an additional stop sign will be placed at the entrance of the television lot to ensure a safe arrival. No word has been given on when the new facility will be open, so I'm sure some of our cast member friends will let us know when that happens.
Yeah,
I
that's
think,
great.
Yeah, I think with this construction that they're doing, that they should move the cast parking to the back and open up that lot back up to the guests. That's just me. That's the parking lot in the front is supposed to be for the guests, not for the cast members. Cast members are supposed to be parking in the back. That's what I would do. Build a little parking garage back there, Disney, and park everybody.
They already have
them.
They
do,
have two.
but I don't know what they've been using those for, but that's where people should be parking.
They're using them for the documentary of Lilo and Stitch with Chris Saunders standing out there and looking longingly at the setting sun.
Yeah. or where they're storing all the construction vehicles or whatever.
Yeah, it's the parking for the construction guys.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Exactly.
That's so funny. All right, so guess what, guys? There's an additional Rivers of Light show being added for the opening weekend. But you better jump on it because by the time this show goes live, they might be gone. Yeah. A second nightly Rivers of Light show has been added at 8:30 on Saturday, February 18th, or Sunday, February 19th, due to guest demand, shockingly. These are in addition to the already scheduled 8:15 showings. FastPass Plus reservations are open for these additional shows now. No additional dining packages have been released at Tiffin's or Tusker House.
Yeah. I looked today, and there still are fast passes for the next coming weekends. So I don't know what demand Disney's seeing, but I was able to book some if I wanted to this weekend. So,
well, there's a marketing strategy that if you want to create buzz, you literally create it. So, like, they know there are going to be a lot of people there that will not be able to do fast passes and might not be able to see the show. So even if they don't get fast passes assigned for the 8:30 show, they'll still be able to do overflow seating. Yeah. And it certainly looks good. There are like, we've got so many people want to see the show. We've had to add, fast pass, for this performance. So many people want to see the show. I don't see the need for that. Yeah. No. There's a ton of people out there.
Right.
That's not. That's not rare.
Yeah, I was listening to another podcast today, and they made an very interesting logistical point, which was Rivers of Light had to open now, way in advance of Avatar Land, because they need to work out all of the crazy logistics of where people are going to go, how are they going to get there. If they're dining at Tiffin's, what will be their typical walk path? How are they going to get everybody in? How are they going to get everybody out? How are they going to, swap out the shows? And all those things. Because once Avatar Land happens, that'll be a whole nother crowd of people that'll be coming to that park.
A whole nother level of crazy is about to kick in, kids.
The other interesting thing, too, is Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom, their Magic evening hours have disappeared.
Right, we mentioned that.
So they're going to force everybody to go to the Rivers of Light because it'll be the only nighttime entertainment. Well, I think Fantasmic runs, a couple times a week.
We're going to shoehorn all the people to see the show we want them to see.
Yeah, exactly. So, listen, Disney does all their things for a reason, and not for the reason you think they're doing them.
You're right. I'd be so pissed. I'd be so mad because that's one of the whole things. They get extra magic hours. Well, it's only going to be available in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
For realsies?
I don't go there. Well, then you don't have extra magic hours that night, sir.
Da 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 da. It sucks to be you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All
right.
Please don't be offended, people.
Over the Magic Kingdom, they have a new photo pass opportunity that they're testing, and it's for Tangled. So as we know, there are plenty of photo pass opportunities with Stitch and Tinkerbell and Mickey Mouse and all those kind of things. But we've just learned that there's a brand new magic shot being tested at the Magic Kingdom Park near the Tangled restrooms. Who else doesn't want a picture by the restrooms?
With frying pans in the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knew, right?
I knew. Located near Peter Pan's flight, and It's a Small World attractions. You all know the iconic scene in Tangled where Rapunzel and Flynn are in their little boat watching thousands of beautiful little lanterns float down from the above.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this magic shot will give guests the opportunity to hold an actual lantern.
Oh, cool.
And then they'll capture that photo so it'll look like you're letting your little lantern go.
Nice. I actually saw a picture of this.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. So
that's nice.
It would have been nice if they could have put you in the boat.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah, put you in a boat, man. Yeah, so it looked like you were, letting it go from a boat. But
yep.
Hey, what do I know?
Yeah, what do you know? You're never happy. You're never happy. You're never happy with what you got. That's the problem.
Hey, they made that boat shot at the Festival of the Arts, right? Where you're crossing the Delaware with George Washington.
That is true.
So
that is true. That is true. They did it. They put you inside the boat with General George.
Yeah. So
or General Jorge, whichever way you want to say it. In a piece of news that I saw that raised my eyebrows, I thought was very interesting because I didn't realize that this was the way it was. But Disney is looking to take full ownership of Disneyland Paris. Thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
It's no secret that Disneyland Paris has had its share of ups and downs over the last 25 years. Despite being the largest theme park in Europe, Euro Disney has recorded losses in 18 of its 25 financial years. Yikes. Wow. Fewer than expected visitors and fees charged by Disney for the use of its branding have really been to blame. At least that's what the investors are saying for its poor performance. And I'm quoting now, Disney is acquiring a 9% stake in Euro Disney SCA from Saudi Prince from a Saudi Prince. Saudi Prince name, insert here, Kingdom Holding Company, for €2 or $2.13 a share, payable in Disney stock. That will give it an 85.7% holding, and it's offering the same price in cash for the rest. According to a statement this past Friday, the offer is 67% higher than Euro Disney's closing price. Here are some additional details for the proposed transaction. The Walt Disney Company announces the acquisition of 90% of Kingdom Holding Company's interest in Euro Disney SCA, representing 9% of Euro Disney's outstanding shares. The proposed transaction will increase Disney's interest in Euro Disney from 87 to 85.7% from 76.7%. The price for the transaction is €2 per share and will be paid in shares of Disney common stock. What do you think about this? What do you think about Disney?
I completely agree with what they're saying. I heard that Disney even charges Disney for the use of their brand. And what I mean by that is, let's say D23 is having an event and they want to have some Disney music or something like that as part of a performance or something. Well, they have to pay the Disney Music Division for the use of the Disney music. So what these investors, because this park and Tokyo and Hong Kong and Shanghai are not owned by the Disney company. The Disney company is merely investors, in these theme parks.
Right.
So I understand that, they're probably having to pay a boatload of money to use the Disney brand. I mean, or even Disney characters in shows and things like that. So I'm sure there's a big price for the use of the brand. And then I'm sure there's a a per use, kind of fee for, these characters doing this show or these characters doing that show, or and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure there may be money being paid for technologies, that Disney's, patented. So I would see that it could become very cost prohibitive to try and make a profit unless you charge some crazy price to get in.
Yeah, and the prices there are not cheap to begin with.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that I dealt with this all the time when I was the marketing director for a travel agency. You don't cross the streams between marketing, travel agency, and like social media blogger. It's the same company. No, it's really not. It's two different divisions, but the divisions are separate but the same company. It's the craziest. And I don't know if a lot of companies are that way, but it's just insane.
Yeah.
So, hey, I think this is a good idea. Disney should own it. I understand that, they needed some financial help to get the park open and keep it running. But I think at the end of the day, Disney needs to own all of the Disney properties to really do them right.
Yeah. Well, I think in some countries, Japan and China, I don't think an outside company can own property. So somebody would have to own the property, and then would Disney rent that property from said owner? I don't know if that's possible in some of those countries, to then build a park on said property. Listen,
right.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a real estate lawyer, nor do I pretend to play one on this podcast. But I don't know the legality of that.
I'm not a smart man, Tony,
Yeah.
but I know what Disney Mickey Mouse is.
And I know that he should own his own parks.
He should own his crap.
Yeah. So.
And then one day, I just
And one day,
wait. And then one day, I just started fast passing. Sorry.
Oh boy, I can see this podcast ran off the rails.
I'm glad we're not doing those voices anymore.
Oh gosh. All right. Disney filed yet another patent. I think they should be in the patent filing business because they seem to do that best.
Yeah, those guys are making a crap ton of money because they're working their patooties off lately.
Yeah, but whoever their patent lawyer is, he's probably making a ton of money. The Walt Disney Company has had enough with the risk of pesky drones sneaking peeks on ongoing construction and or the filming of movies. The Disney Company filed a patent dubbed Commercial Drone Detection, aimed at intercepting drones launched by fans and the media to get a listen and look at private Disney projects. Specifically, the technology would detect a drone on Disney property, determine if it is Disney owned or not, and they know it's not. And if it's Disney's, the technology could track the communication frequency of the drone to intercept any photos, video, or audio the drone captures. By being able to intercept and communicate on the same frequency of the drone, Disney hopes to be able to get control over the rapid growth of drones being used as a tool to get above the media giants' security walls. Disney can be ahead of the game on what is sensitive information when taken by being able to download the imagery that these drones capture. So this is a huge step by Disney as it's working on theme park expansions. And I know that's the hot thing. People get up in helicopters and all other things to try and take pictures of the dirt, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I'm seeing right now is pictures of dirt.
Well, are they... Now, I thought that they had a no-fly zone over the parks.
Well,
but
I take that back. I take that back. There is a no-fly zone only over the Magic Kingdom. Everything else is fair game.
That is crazy.
Yes. Yep.
That's interesting.
So, including several at Walt Disney World. So, also movies that people, for example, Disney's Hollywood Studio, they're working on the Star Wars and all that kind of stuff. People trying to fly drones over there. Disney filed several patents that may or may not come to fruition, but the company likely will seriously consider implementing one of these. The projects Disney and its subsidiary divisions work on are highly sought after information, and I also heard that they were having a problem. What Marvel movie are they shooting right now in like North Carolina, South Carolina? There's a Marvel movie that they're shooting that
Thor?
they've had maybe Thor, yes, that they've had problems with drones interfering with the movie.
No,
shots.
they're shooting Thor somewhere else. This might be. What are they shooting? Is it a Marvel or yeah? I
think it's a Marvel movie. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Black Panther. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe. But the story I read is that they were, shooting this movie, and then there was, a couple drones overhead, following the actors around.
Yikes.
So, I think Disney's had enough.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, I get it. They want to control things, but if they go too far, this is where I'm kind of caught. If they go too far in trying to keep all these secrets and they start really pissing people off for no reason other than they're trying to keep secrets.
Listen, if I was Disney, I wouldn't intercept anything. I would just shoot it out of the air. And say, now it's on my property. It's on my side of the fence. Sorry.
Right.
Oopsie.
But at the same time, if you do that enough, wouldn't people be like upset by that and fear of people turning on the?
You're trespassing.
They don't own the space above the parks.
They do. I think
How?
they do.
They don't own the air.
Excuse me.
FAA owns it.
Oh, hold on. In New York City, when you build a skyscraper, you have to own the air rights for your building. So you can own the air rights.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments or call the hotline. Let us know. That's an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I would think that you would fall on the opposite side. I thought you would be like, no, man, let the technology. Hey, look, if you can work a way around the technology, so be it. But if somebody can fly a drone over, let me see Woody being built. Go for it.
Listen, I would love to see it as it happens, but it's not. There's a guy, Apple's building a new headquarters in California. Right. And Apple found this guy. Every day he would go and he'd fly his drone around the construction site. Well, they found the guy one day and they said, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And they said, you know what? That's probably not bad. So now they've allowed the guy to do this. And what they now have is this great footage of the chronicleation of the construction site.
Right. Embrace it.
So maybe Disney should embrace it rather than, become a pain in the neck. Or get their own drone and do it themselves,
Yeah. Well, or just let the 4 or 5 bloggers that we all know and love. No comment. All right. So we've got more guest experiences and dining options coming to Disney's Coronado Springs and Caribbean Beach Resorts. Disney is thrilled to share that changes are on the horizon at Disney's Coronado Springs Resort over the next 2 years, and we're very excited to share that with you here. The expansion at Coronado Springs will include a new 15-story tower that will add 500 rooms, which I seem to remember seeing balloons in the air. This is going to feature suites and a concierge-level service area. The resort will also refurbish its current resort rooms and transform its landscape with floating gardens and an island oasis that connects the resort through a series of bridges. The new what was needed.
Way much needed.
It's a friggin' mile marched from room to room. I actually had an experience with somebody called an Uber to go from the back of the hotel to the front of the hotel.
Yeah, I would believe
Kid you not. The new tower overlooking Largo Dorado, the resort centerpiece lake, will allow guests to experience something truly unique. rooftop dining with panoramic views of popular nighttime fireworks from nearby Disney theme parks. I can't wait already. Also, during the exciting time, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort will be reimagined with new additions to the resort's current marketplace, Center Town, including new waterfront dining and retail shopping areas, much needed, by the way. This centralized location will offer the resort guests more convenient access to services, amenities, and dining. Walt Disney World, many of the guests' magical memories start at one of their 27 themed resorts and every day, which is why they always continue to quote-unquote move forward to create new experiences that are integral to the overall resort experience. That last paragraph came straight out of Disney.
Yeah.
This is great. It's not that I dislike these resorts. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of blah. This is the kind of thing that are going to make those resorts really special. I can't wait for the new dining space. Yeah.
It should be good. Be good. And from what I saw, the picture looks beautiful if they stick to that concept art that they threw out there today.
Yep.
It should be really spectacular. So, and I think they can use the extra rooms. I hate to say it. Disney is becoming a little crowded.
Yeah.
All right. This last section, I thought, sometimes when I'm putting all this stuff together, there's stuff that we should mention, but it's really not worth a whole, story, but we want to just kind of throw stuff at you. So I'm calling this the headlines only. We're really not going to discuss these or talk about them. We're just going to kind of give you the headlines, and you can kind of fill in all the details of what this may or may not be. Or just Google it. You can find stuff on the internet. All right, so this past weekend, Disney did what they do best, and they raised the ticket prices in Walt Disney World here in Orlando and over in Disneyland in California.
Yay!
So if you tried to renew your pass, you
found
a surprise in your mailbox.
Waka waka!
All right. Hey, there's a new menu over at Cinco's. There's a new chef over there, too. And he's making things a little different. He's shaking things up a little bit. So go check out the new menu over at Cinco's.
Or Gico.
Or Gico.
There's no N.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry.
Disney's not laughing at the...
PewDiePie.
He apparently made some anti-Semitic jokes, and Disney cut ties with the YouTube store.
He didn't make anti-Semitic jokes. He made anti-Semitic statements.
All right.
They were not
even
jokes.
Worse.
Yeah,
I heard this guy
jokes.
earned something like $45 million on YouTube last year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You don't need Disney in your corner then.
Apparently not.
Over at Disneyland, there was a parking lot fire that caused some smoke inhalation and vehicular damage. That was a 2-alarm fire, actually, so that must have been serious. Disneyland is opening up a new Beauty and the Beast store to sell all the new Beauty and the Beast stuff that will be coming out.
Yay.
Principal photography has started on the movie Mary Poppins Returns.
Yes, and the rumors are true. Dick Van Dyke is coming back.
Yeah, he is making, I believe, an appearance, as they're calling it.
Yes. He's not coming back as Bert, and he's not going to be jumping around and speaking with this horrible English accent.
Yeah. Marimoto Asia introduced a Wok and Wine event. So go check out that on the Marimoto site. And Mrs. Jobs, Steve Jobs' wife, is no longer the largest Disney stockholder. She sold enough of her shares that she is not the largest stockholder anymore. The reason she did it is she did not want her financial information disclosed every time she made a Disney stock transaction.
Huh.
So if you are a major stockholder, then all your financials have to get disclosed on your holding of that stock. So she got a little fed up with that, so she sold enough of it that she is not any longer a major stockholder, and now she can just do whatever she wants. So,
gotta love that government intrusion.
Yeah. I thought with the last couple minutes, John, we could talk about what we did on Monday, since...
Yes. Oh, my gosh. We were very lucky to be invited to a special review of it wasn't really a review, it was an event at the Planet Hollywood Observatory in Disney Springs. Lauren, thank you, and all of her team invited us and a bunch of other amazing people to sample all of the food. All of the food. Oh my God. All of the desserts. Oh my God. Well, a lot of the desserts. And appetizers and cocktails. We had an amazing time. The new space is incredible. Yeah. We were on the second level. Mm-hmm. We got to see some of the special pieces that they had from other movies. It's a great space. It has an amazing video graphics wall. The only do we share the downside?
Well, it was just it's not a downside. It's just that they were there at the same time we were.
Yeah, apparently a Brazilian group occupied the upper spaces, and if you know anything about sound, they were in the upper top area of a big circle. And as they clapped and cheered and did their Brazilian whatever it is they always do, it got super duper loud, and that was not Planet Hollywood had no way to control that. Yeah. But they did a great job of trying to downplay that. But the food was amazing. The experience is incredible. You guys have to go check out the Planet Hollywood Observatory at Disney Springs. Yeah. It's a very unique space.
Yeah. And there is on the second floor, which is the primary floor, also on the back, there's a huge terrace area that I hope they start to use because I haven't seen it used yet. And then also downstairs on kind of the back side of the building, there's another lounge called the Stargazers Lounge that will have a DJ and nighttime entertainment as well, with a whole full bar down there as well.
Right.
And I don't know if they'll open up the third floor to dining or if they will just keep that for private events. I would hope that on busy nights like Friday and Saturday, they have that floor open because I think they could use it.
Yeah, it's very different from what I hear from the original. I never actually ate at the original. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I've eaten there.
And Tony and I were both very excited over some of the tables are video tables.
Yeah.
So that was
that's the other thing. They have 4 what seems like Microsoft Surface tables that you can eat at and play video games and stuff on.
How much food can be dumped on that table until they die?
But the breakfast cereal chicken tenders are still on the menu.
Yeah.
If you remember that from the back in the old days.
Right.
But there is also a Guy Fieri flair. Guy has taken over some of their menu, and I had the Guy Fieri turkey picnic sandwich, and it literally is a picnic on a roll.
Yeah.
I mean, everything from the turkey to the coleslaw to the potato chips, all on one roll.
Wow. So I had the ribs. Yeah. I had the ribs, man. The ribs were amazing, and I brought some home to Sid, and she was like, "These are probably the best ribs I've ever had," and she had them 3 hours cold.
Yeah.
So
go check it out if you're coming to Disney Springs. Go check out the new Planet Hollywood Observatory, and we'll post some of our pictures on our blog page over at DisneyParksPodcast.com.
Yeah, absolutely, and we want to thank the Planet Hollywood Observatory for inviting us.
Yep.
And we look forward to several other events there and some other locations they have throughout the Orlando area. So thank you guys very much. We had a blast. Looking forward to the next time.
Yeah. And I'm sensing a meetup.
Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling a meetup.
Hey, everybody, if you're a big fan of the show and really want to help support us, we would encourage you to go visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/DisneyParksPodcast. What we have is a list of great rewards. You can help sponsor the show at any dollar level, from $1 all the way up, and we have some amazing rewards for those of you who support the show. We also are now offering exclusive ad-free shows and exclusive video content. You can join our other Patreons like David, Stacy, Willie, and Jeremy, who are supporting the show, keeping the show on the air, and helping us with special events. Don't forget to visit us at patreon.com/DisneyParksPodcast. And thanks for contributing.
All right, that's it for this week's show. So I'd like to say around here, make sure that you follow us on Twitter at Disney Podcaster, and check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. And make sure you see us all over on the Twitter, on the Podcaster, on the Stitcher, on the whatever, on the iTunes.
On the back of the wall.
On the back of the wall, in the bathroom, wherever.
At your mom's house.
On Alexa. Listen, that's it. As we like to say around here, we'll see you in the parks.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.
Like a boat out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through.